Here are my top 5 offseason standouts for the Detroit Lions. Let's get right into the video. So I actually didn't put these players in order because I really don't think there's an order to it. Now I guess if you want to put them in order, you could put the better players on this list that we would have expected, stuff from lower on the list because you expected it. But there's also some other guys on this list that we really weren't expecting much from, and they have done a lot of good things this offseason. So here are my 5 standouts. And we're going to start this off with TJ Hockenson. Again, this is not in any order. You guys can put them in order if you want, but it's TJ Hockenson coming in first. And Hockenson is a guy that we probably expected to be pretty good this offseason because, he was the 8th pick of the draft. He was a first round pick. We had a lot of hype coming out of him. He was the first tight end taken out of Iowa. So with that being said, there was a lot of hype around him, but I don't think we were expecting him to be this good. This guy has been great, and I honestly didn't think he was this good. I didn't know when we drafted him, he was this great. This guy catches everything, and he's done it every day. Every day through training camp, he's been great. I don't even know if he's dropped a pass yet. That's just me being honest. I went to the scrimmage, he was great. Every time he's on the field, he does great things. This dude can block so well. He's going to add so much to this team, and he's playing with the starters, obviously, and he's giving Matthew Stafford a very, very big weapon. TJ Hockenson, you have been absolutely doing your thing. You had to come onto this list. I could not hold you off. You may be playing the best on this list throughout this offseason because consistently you have been very, very good. So TJ Hockenson comes up first on the list. Next up on the list, I have Kerryon Johnson. Now, Kerryon was kind of hard for me because I think we expected a lot from Kerryon Johnson. Last season, averaging 5.4 yards per game. We expected a lot from Kerryon coming back healthy. But he has still been really, really good this offseason. He's definitely been the number 1 running back. There's been no competition for that at all. CJ Anderson, he's done his thing as well. Ty Johnson's been kind of up and down, at least in my opinion. He's fast. That's what he brings to the table, and that's what we're going to see. But really, Kerryon Johnson has been doing it all. And Kerryon Johnson, one thing that he has really brought to the table this offseason, really been working on and getting better at, is catching the ball out of the backfield. That's something that Kerryon Johnson didn't really have. He was okay at it. He wasn't great at it. Now he's really good at it. This guy can catch the ball in the backfield, and that was something that he had to add to his game, and he did. Kerryon can do everything as one of the running backs. He's really the only running back on our team, in my opinion, that can do everything that all of the other running backs can do. He doesn't have the insane top speed that Ty Johnson does, but he has the athletic ability, the agility, the quickness to get out there. He just doesn't have that top end speed like Ty Johnson. He's not as strong as CJ Anderson, but he's a very powerful running back, and if he has to go get you a yard by running someone over, he can do that. He may not have the hands that Ty Johnson does, but he's getting a lot better and making his hands a lot better out of the backfield. And I think that also contributed to them deciding to, hey, we can move on from Theo Riddick because Kerryon Johnson can also catch the ball in the backfield, not just Ty Johnson. So with that being said, Kerryon, you bring everything to the table. You are a very, very complete running back, and that's super important in today's game. We see a few of those. Saquon Barkley, I think, is the most complete running back in the NFL right now. This guy can catch it. He's not on a good team, so he doesn't have a great offensive line. And I think that's something no hate here, but you think about Zeke Elliott. He's had the best offensive line for years. Saquon doesn't have the best offensive line. He really has a terrible team, but he's still going absolutely nuts. So he's the most complete running back in the NFL, in my opinion. You can throw Ty Gurley up there as well. But Kerryon's starting to bring that into his game. And when he's healthy, I think Kerryon can put up the same numbers that those type of players do. I honestly believe that. I think he's up at the level of those type of players. So he comes in next. Now we go up to Jelani Tavai. So we're going to the defensive side of things. You're going to see a lot of young players on this list because Jelani Tavai was that 2nd round pick. Everybody was like, oh my god, who is Jelani Tavai? I'm going to be honest. That's how I felt. I had no idea who Jelani Tavai was. Did anybody honestly know anything about Tavai other than what they told us? Maybe some of you guys kept paying attention to Hawaii football. I didn't watch it at all. So with that being said, I had no idea who this guy was. I know a lot of people were upset. People were making fun of the Lions. But this offseason, he has been very, very good. Now, I don't have a lot of clips of Jelani Tavai. I do have that one of him throwing the thing to the ground. You guys saw that in my last video. But Tavai is a monster. This guy had the first interception against Matthew Stafford during training camp. We talked about that. We saw that clip. Jelani Tavai can tackle very, very well. He's been very quick. And he's also playing with the starters. And that's kind of a sign that he's been a standout. Because if he hasn't been playing well, he wouldn't be with the starters. I believe he will start in game number 1 versus the Cardinals. Jelani Tavai has been great this offseason, so he comes in next. Now we have 2 players remaining, and next up I have Isaac Nauta. Isaac Nauta, another rookie player, very late round draft pick, and this is a guy that surprised us, right? You think sometimes when you draft some of these late guys, okay, maybe they're just placeholders, who knows? You just throw them in there. Maybe they'll make the team, maybe they won't. Isaac Nauta is going to make the team. I will tell you right now, Nauta is going to make the team. Isaac Nauta may be our third best tight end at this time. I think Logan Thomas is still ahead of him, and it seems like they're really giving Logan Thomas a lot of playing time, and Thomas has been earning it. It's not like Thomas is dropping passes, he's still playing well. We also have Jesse James and Hockenson. So just because our tight end group is so good doesn't take anything away from what Isaac Nauta does and what he can bring in the future. This guy catches everything. You could make an argument this is our best positional group just because so much depth and so much talent. Very, very good positional group, and Isaac Nauta is so good. This guy catches everything, like I said, and that's what he really brings to the team. This guy's definitely going to make the team. Don't even worry about it. If you're questioning whether or not he'll make the team, I'm here to tell you right now, he will be on the team. You can take my word for that. Unless he's not on the team, then don't take my word for that. But I think he will be on the team. And then finally, the last player on this list is Andrew Adams. Yes, a big surprise, right? I don't even think some people saw this coming. Well, you may have. I don't know. But Andrew Adams comes in next, and he, you could say, is the biggest surprise this offseason. We signed Andrew Adams as a safety, as a free agent. It was like, okay, we signed another safety. It's like, all right, just a nice little addition, a little depth player. No, this guy's been really, really good. And he's going to make a complete case for saying, hey, here's why I should be on the 53-man roster, because look at what I've done. And it's going to be hard to keep him off it. It's going to be really hard to take other players and put them over him because he's been doing so many good things. He's been coming up with big plays defensively. He's coming up with a lot of pass breakups. We just saw a recent interception. This guy just knows how to find the ball, and he's really a good coverage type of safety. And when you look at our safeties, we have some solid ones. Diggs is solid, but he's a big hitter, right? That's kind of what you know him for. We also have Tracy Walker, solid coverage guy, nice hitter. Will Harris, very big hitter. But Andrew Adams is a guy that just picks it off from quarterbacks. He just lurks them. He comes up with interceptions. He comes up with pass breakups. He's really good in the secondary, and he has been great this offseason. It's going to be very, very hard to keep him off that 53-man roster. Honestly, I believe all of these players will make the team at this point. I think Andrew Adams has bought himself a ticket to that 53-man roster as long as he plays solid the rest of the way until the season starts. With that being said, let me hear your thoughts and comments below. Thank you, Prep, for watching, and I'm out.